Hey everybody, this is Paul here with another DIY van planning essential. This one's pretty essential. It is, how do you get free electricity at night? You know, once you've parked somewhere, you want to camp, but oh no, the sun's going down. It's getting humid. We have no more fans.
Oh no!
Refrigeration.
No,
this takes care of all of that, believe me. And it's about a quarter of the price of solar.
Bingo!
Stay tuned. We're going to show you. It has changed our van lives forever, let me tell you. But first, before we get into it, please subscribe, hit the like button below. Please support our channel. You know, we're trying to do our part to grow this van life community here in the Philippines.
Groupon!
And we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. You know, we're going to be hitting the road again here soon. And we'll be doing a more daily vlogging, showing you our van life experience on the road.
Cool!
So, let's get into the rest of the video. So, you've heard that it's always about the journey, not the destination, right? You've heard that phrase? Well, for us van lifers, it's both, you know? It's a beautiful thing, you know, it is about the journey. We get to see all these beautiful places. We get to drive through the mountains. We get to drive right next to the coast. See that beautiful ocean with the sun setting. You know, there's so many beautiful places. The journey is wonderful. But there's also where we set up at night and camp, right? So that's the second part of our overall journey. It's the destination. A lot of people get deterred because they get fearful and they think, well, you know, if I just park somewhere and all of a sudden it's nighttime, I'm not going to have lights. You know, if I don't have a gas grill and a cooker, burner, I don't have any way to cook my food. You know, if it's humid at night, I'm down near the beach and it gets very humid, I can't sleep. I have no way to run my fan unless I have a battery operated fan. All these things are taken care of with this system. And this system, it's basically called a leisure battery. So if you look up leisure battery, you'll see it. It's basically just a second battery that you can have in your vehicle that you can charge while you're driving or while the vehicle's on. And that battery, when you park at night, will be fully charged for all your needs.
Nice.
At night. So you can run your lights off of that battery. You could run an induction stove off of that battery. You can run fans off of that battery. Basically everything you need to have a comfortable night's sleep somewhere in a beautiful destination, right?
Yes!
But the trick is you need to set up a system. And this is called a split charge relay system. Let me see if I can get this going for you here. See that black box I have screwed into the wall there? That's the split charge isolator. Okay, so the whole purpose of having an isolator in the first place is because it's smart. It really is. It can sense when to let a charge through and when not to let the charge through to the leisure battery.
What?
What does that mean? When the vehicle's on, it senses once it gets above 13.3 volts, the vehicle's battery, this isolator will click on and there's a light that'll show you that it's on. Once it's on, it's charging the leisure battery. But when your vehicle's off and it goes down, the voltage goes down below 12.8 volts, which is what happens to your vehicle's battery when there's no power. When the car's not on, this will click off. Once it clicks off, that means there's no more connection between the leisure battery and the vehicle's battery. Why is that important? Because at nighttime, when you're camping, when you're using your leisure battery, you might drain it completely if you ran too many things on it. And what would happen if it didn't click off the isolator? That's right, the wires, they would just go and just start using the power from your vehicle's battery. That's bad because you might drain that one too, or it might get so weak that it can't start the next morning. Dun, 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 dun. You're done with, you know, you're stuck.
Help.
So that's why you want this isolator system. So basically, if you see that red wire is going down to my main car battery. I'm in an L300, so our whole motor is below me here, under the seat, right? So our battery's down there, and then I had to drill a hole through our seat here, and it basically runs into that isolator. But before it gets to the isolator, this is very important, you have to have a fuse. So it's coming out of the battery into a fuse. This is an 80 amp fuse where my finger is. That 80 amp fuse then gets connected to the isolator. Then the isolator comes down and connects to the leisure battery. Our leisure battery is in this crate here. We got this wooden crate. It's beautiful. You can see the battery in there. And look on the wall inside there. There's another little black box. That's another fuse. That fuse is between the isolator and this battery, this leisure battery. Very important because if anything goes wrong between any of those connections, those fuses get blown and a fire can't start, which happens, you know, it happens. So if you're not confident about putting in a system like this, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just showing you what I did, you know, and I studied this, you know, before we even bought the kit. So you can buy the kit, you know, we'll show you, link below, you can see it. And the kit comes with everything you need. You could buy the kit and you can find a very competent electrician, somebody that knows how to work on vehicles, you know, the electrical system of the vehicle. They'll do a wonderful job for you. It probably cost you what? I don't even know, 500, maybe 1,000 pesos. Well worth it because fires do start, you know, accidents do happen with these things, but it's well worth it. Of course, you have to invest in the battery too. After you have these things in, you're getting free electricity or free power. It could be battery power at first, but then for us, what we did, if you can see this thing here on top of our crate, we put in a pure sine wave inverter. But this is a 3000 watt. It goes up to 6000 max, you know. 3000 watts can run a lot of things, including, you know, our induction cooker, including our little mini refrigerator we have back there that can run on battery or electricity. So what this silver little box thing here does for you, this thing here, it gives you the ability to convert your battery power that you're getting on your leisure battery into electrical power, into electricity. So unfortunately, you can't see the back of this. Anyway, there's plugs, there's plug-ins, normal plugs for a 220 volt, you know. So basically, if you have one of these inverters, pure sine wave, I would go with pure sine wave because you don't lose a lot of the conversion when it changes from DC into AC. And ours is 3000 watt because say you're running your lights at night, you're running your refrigeration, and you want to do your induction cooker. Induction cookers do more than 1000 watts. They can do 1500, they can do 2000 watts. That's a lot if you're only getting 3000 watts out of this thing. Because your refrigeration that you always want on, ours actually is decent because we have a small one, but it's about, I think it's 45 watts. That's really good. The lights are way less than that. The fan is less than that. So the main thing is something like an induction cooker, which is going to suck a lot of electricity, you know, from this little system. So you do have to be a little bit careful about that. All right, Van Clan. So if you enjoyed this one and you really want to do this on your own or to see how it's done, look out for part 2. I'm doing a part 2 on this split charge relay system with the leisure batteries. Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, it adds a lot to your van life. You know, it adds a lot to when you're out there and camping. It's really a game changer. So yeah, stay tuned for that. All right.